Hey YouTubers, don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell over by the subscriber button to notify you every single time I upload. Enjoy the video. Hey YouTubers, and welcome back to another Dragon Ball Super open question video. So today we're going to be talking about Kefla, the fusion between Kale and Kefla, and whether or not, and I just want to say before I get into any of this, I know that there is a restriction on the Portara earring fusion. It's not unlimited like we once thought back in Dragon Ball Z days, and if you're mortals, if you're not gods, if you fuse just two mortals in between each other, you only have about an hour time limit to give or take just how much energy you're putting out and how much you're expressing. That's a perfectly good explanation for Kale and Kefla to fuse right now in the Tournament of Power because, you know, for a matter of fact, they don't have a whole lot of time, and they probably don't even have enough energy to put out to compete in the same way that Goku and Vegeta were putting out in Super Saiyan Blue and everything else like that back when we saw them fuse in the Future Trunks arc. So I completely understand what they're doing here. My question though is, do you individually as a fan think that they should stay fused? I mean, retcon the retconning everything, I don't care. First of all, how would they do that? If they were even going to do that, if they were even going to say that, yeah, well, yes, in certain situations this, in certain situations that, it all really depends on this or that. I mean, who really knows? I think that personally I would just explain it away as saying that, yeah, these are different earrings, considering we've only seen Goku and Vegeta fuse using the yellow Portara earrings, and these are the green ones. So just say that, yeah, there's different types and yada yada yada, but that's just my interpretation. I don't think that that has any weight or validity. That would be my explanation for any type of retcon. But getting to the main question and my opinion on it, Kale and Kefla have fused. I really think that they together would probably make a better character than them separately, and a lot of that is because although I really appreciate Kefla's character, I made an entire video about it. I'm going to link it at the end of this video if you want to go listen to it and my thoughts and opinions about how she's being mistreated by the community, just because for a lot of different reasons, but how she's being mistreated by the community. And with Kale though, I think Kale is the linchpin in this entire argument as to why I think they should be fused. Kale has really no personality. Now, she's cool, I understand it. She's a huge callback to a fan favorite with Broly. Every single time she's in her berserk mode, they have these allusions to Broly movies and the extended universe of that. And as I've argued in the past, she's potentially limitless. I mean, if they're really taking it from Broly and given all of the things that they've done with Broly in the extended universe of Dragon Ball, just not Dragon Ball Super, but just Dragon Ball, they could grab anything. She can have her berserk form in Super Saiyan 3, they could give her Super Saiyan 4. I'm not saying they will, I'm just saying they can, because that's where they're grabbing all their source material, that's where they're grabbing all of the scenes that we actually get to see her in that form. So anything is possible, and potential is limitless in Dragon Ball Super. I think that's one of the fun things about it, but there's no character in that form. It's just as rampagey and berserker as someone like Broly was when it came to Goku, especially. A lot of it is arranged, or a lot of it is directed at Goku. So outside of that though, I really feel like she doesn't have character either. I mean, I like her concept. I like the fact that they're playing off of this mentor-mentee thing. They're not sisters as the sub would imply, but they are playing off this whole, you're my mentor, I'm kind of shy and around you because you're like my idol, I want to be you. I don't consider this like, I wouldn't consider this anything like love or that. It was just admiration. We saw something really similar with Soifon and Yoruichi in Bleach, although I think that Bleach did that relationship better because Soifon, even though she does act like Kale from time to time, and Yoruichi definitely acts like Kefla from time to time. They're just far better written characters. So if you like that character dynamic, then just go watch Bleach or read Bleach or something if you haven't already, because I really like it a lot better. But I don't think she has a whole lot of character in her. Now, we have seen her gain a little bit of confidence as she starts to control her own power, but she still just hangs on the actions and words of everyone else around her, and a lot of it is directed and focused at Kefla. And I feel like that character dynamic between them, and the very fact that we only see them together, Granted, we've only seen them together for a couple of episodes now. They haven't even been in their show that long, so there's a lot of potential for them to grow individually. But granted, the only thing that we've seen is Kale falling over herself to make Kefla proud of her, or she doesn't want to disappoint her or anything else like that. And then we also have Kefla gloating about how much potential she has and everything, really kind of reminiscent of how Goku was at the beginning of Dragon Ball, just really excited to get stronger and everything else like that, but ramped up to 11 because this is all happening in mere minutes, like around 20 minutes, so it's just kind of crazy. But them together, I feel merging those two character traits together, I feel would be pretty interesting and make a really dynamic character. I really hope they explore it in these upcoming episodes, because you have someone who's overconfident in themselves but also really held back by their own ability, even though Kale might have more potential than Kefla. Kind of reserved and too afraid to actually show that, let it all out. And having that person, that inner struggle, that inner conflict between these two characters as they're merged might be really interesting and fun to explore in later iterations of Dragon Ball Super if they were to stay fused. And that's one of the reasons I would actually really like for this to happen. I'm not saying it's going to. In fact, I really don't think that it's possible considering the retcon that we got in the last arc, which personally I feel was completely unneeded. I know there was a lot of discussion back then about how Vegito just completely got defused way too quickly and retconning the whole "you're going to be fused forever" thing. It really doesn't do anything for the stakes of having to fuse. It's just kind of one of those things that they can do easily just for something like this tournament and just completely get off scot-free, not even eliminated by Zeno, because if he was going to do that by now, he probably would have already done it, considering the pace at which he eliminated or erased someone like Frost for doing basically nothing. So what are your thoughts on this? Do you think that they should stay fused? Do you think that they should defuse and we should focus on them individually? How do you consider these girls individually? Do you think that they're good characters? Do you not like them? And at the same time, if they were to stay fused, how would you do it? What would you retcon? What would you say in that regard? So anyway, guys, I'm going to leave it at that. Hope everyone enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that bell over by the subscriber button to notify you every single time I upload. Share this video out to all your friends. Let's get this conversation going because I think it's one worth having. Anyway, guys, I hope everyone has a good day. It's been real.